Martin Scorsese did an interview recently where he said that he doesn't feel like Marvel movies are cinema. He said he compared them to theme parks, saying that it isn't cinema of human beings trying to convey emotional or psychological experiences to other human beings, which is why he doesn't feel like it's true cinema. And of course, Marvel stars and collaborators aren't happy about it, but I just wanted to see if you guys agree with that.
No, I cry during every Marvel movie. I'm deeply touched.
Well, I always think
it's myth.
I always think that
it's modern day myth.
definitions are so fun. That's why I asked, you know, can you, before I can say if I believe in a moral code, can you define moral code? Because he says it's not cinema, but I'm pretty sure cinema is the science or art of motion picture photography. So, Scorsese, I question your definition of cinema.
Yeah. What he's saying is I don't like this.
I know what he's saying.
What
he's saying is I'm going to denigrate it and insult it because I don't like it. And what I'm saying is you picked a weird word because it's definitely cinema.
Sure.
I think this goes back to the New York Times thing. It goes back to the conversation we just had, which is people are trying to use their language to convince you to believe what they believe, right? And so I always just like to go, well, let's look at that sentence. Is it cinema?
And to universalize a personal opinion.
It sure is. If you look at cinema as...
I don't like Marvel movies is what he meant to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally cool.
But he wanted to make it so that other people... And he's Martin Scorsese. What he says carries weight in movies.
Yeah.
He wants to convince the populace to stop being so fussed.
I don't even... If he's trying to convince the populace, that would be a silly
Well,
silly
but it's a... I mean, they're obviously cinema. You could say they're not good cinema. You could say they're not...
We debate this again. There's been a very philosophy heavy day, but we talk about what is art, what qualifies as art. When Duchamp puts up a urinal in a museum, is that art? He didn't have to make that. When somebody scribbles on a piece of paper or does one red dot on a thing and it's in the MoMA, and you go, how is this art? And your instinct is, no, art is things that follows X, Y, Z, A, B categories, and then you dig into it philosophically. You go, anything that moves anyone in any way is artistic in that way.
You said you had an almost ayahuasca-esque high during Endgame, right?
Yeah. And that's art.
And the other thing I would say is, I'm going to counter you. I would actually argue it's the most popular cinema of our time.
Yeah.
So not only is it cinema, it's the most beloved, most popular cinema.
Sure.
And that hurts as a cinema maker who's trying to make something that's not Marvel, but that is what the box office numbers seem to show.
And I think that he might be missing the mythological aspect of these things. I mean, people have talked about how superheroes are modern day mythology, and we'll see over time. Maybe these will disappear in 5 years. I don't think they will. I think I'm going to show these to my kids.
Well, they've already been around for decades. They're based on stories that were written in the 60s and 70s.
And Martin Scorsese's made great movies, but they do not have the staying power of Iron Man.
I'm going to hard tantient you, actually. What's funny, what does he define cinema as?
He doesn't define it.
He doesn't define it in that interview.
He says that moves people, right?
He said, it isn't the cinema of human beings trying to convey emotional or psychological experiences to another human being.
People cry in these movies. People feel overwhelming joy in these movies.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that that's his lens. You know, we all have our bias. Mine's not better or worse, but it's interesting that that's what he thinks of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because it's just not what the evidence shows about Marvel movies.
Yeah.
People get very upset. They get very joyous. They are definitely having emotional moments because of this cinema.
It might have been a flippant comment that he just was like, he's in an interview, they asked him, he's like, I don't think it's in, and then he's going, whoa, guys.
Yeah.
I was just some words that I said.
I don't believe that.
I was pretty sleepy.
I'll do a quick tangent on Marvel, and then we'll go on. Did you know Marvel was insanely progressive in the early 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s?
No.
Captain Marvel. So I went to the Marvel Museum with my parents because it's in Philly when I was home last. And Captain America was used to get kids to take cardboard boxes and disassemble them and help the military get boxes to ship guns over to...
Is that progressive?
Sorry, it's just very politically inclined. And then
Superman fought Nazis, right?
Captain America fought Nazis.
I think Superman did too.
Maybe. And then they had early interracial couples, early gay characters, early... They took some heat for... trying to be on the, hey, it's okay, and we're going to put this in front of kids that it's okay. I thought it was really interesting. I had no idea.
I don't know a lot about the history. I just watched the movies.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool.